Hey, everybody, how you doing? Welcome to PHLY Flyers Postgame presented by Bet365. My name is Bill Matz. We are live in the Xfinity studio. Joining me, it is Broad Street Hockey's Kelly Hinkle. Charlie O'Connor will join us on the Xfinity mobile call-in line at some point in the near future. I am baffled, I guess. I guess you know what? I'm going to try to sell you some hats. You probably don't want anything Flyers related right now, but we got some pretty freaking cool hats.
That white one's sick.
That we just released. Kelly
That's
really
not
likes
Flyers
the white
at all.
one. No, it's not. That's one of the things I like about our logo. It's very distinctly Philly.
It is.
Even though it's like PHLY, it's just like a good overall. Hey, I'm representing Philadelphia here. I got the Flyers hat for both me and my buddy Frankie. You're gonna want one of those maybe after the next time they play, and don't disappoint us tremendously. But right now, that's it. Go to allphly.com, click that merch tab, and get yourself one of our cool new hats before they run out, and they will. All right, the positives, Hinkle, because I was through 60 minutes very excited to talk about a performance by the Philadelphia Flyers. While not like the most exciting game I've ever seen, it was a really good toe-to-toe matchup against a Stanley Cup contending Vegas Golden Knights team. They matched them perfectly, 2-2.
Yep.
2-2 through 60 minutes, and the shot totals in every period were exactly even. They went exactly toe-to-toe even with the Vegas Golden Knights through 60 minutes. And then Travis Konecny in overtime.
Yeah.
What the hell did I just watch? I am still baffled. It's like he forgot he was carrying the puck. Like he opened himself up for a pass, but he had the puck. He just kind of skated away from it. He just lost it, and he lost it in the worst possible way, right in front of his net, right to Jack Eichel, who feeds Mark Stone, and that is the game. A tremendous 60-minute effort while they do get a point. It just feels like they left a lot of meat on the bone there, but I'm trying not to let it take away from what I saw them do, which was match the Vegas Golden Knights exactly even.
Well, almost exactly. I mean, the shots were even. The scoring chances were not as even. It was 24 for Vegas, 17 for the Flyers, according to Natural Stat Trick's computation of the facts. Yeah, there were some good moments.
Yes.
In that game. Vladar made a save in the second period that was like incredible. It looked like it was going to be a tic-tac-toe goal for the Knights, and he stuck his leg out and got it. That absolute rocket from Juulsen.
No, Juulsen.
Just like
we will be talking about Juulsen at some point tonight, believe it or not.
And then you cursed us by guaranteeing that it would go to overtime. Thank you for your service.
I simply analyzed the facts and saw that through 28 games, the Flyers had been to overtime 10 times.
This is why you're a trusted broadcaster.
Through 29, Vegas had been even more, 12. It ends up 11-13, just as we said. So hopefully at least everybody tailed that in pregame picks. We did not get that we did not get that Garnett Hathaway goal.
No.
But at least at least we got the 3-1 overtime. Although it would have been nice if they had won it. But
it was,
if you're gonna make me watch the extra time, I really want the 2 points. That's what it comes down to.
If you're gonna keep me here an extra half an hour, I need the extra point.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't think that's asking much.
I don't. But I'm trying not to let playing generally really well against a really good team go to waste because of one of the worst mistakes I can remember a guy, one of the most just blatant, physical brain farts I have ever seen.
It was
in that location at that time in the, it's hard to, it's the exact opposite of the moment you dream about. To screw up there at that point, it's a shame, honestly, for TK, who I asked Charlie last game, is TK back?
Well, in a sense.
Apparently not as back as I thought he was. And you saw those, you saw interesting comments from Torts about TK.
Yeah, let me get those for you. I don't want to mess them up with my leaky brain. So, courtesy of the Broad Street Hockey Slack. So he said he's a bit of a wing nut. I think the best thing, this is from Torts. You did say that, right? Yeah.
Yes.
He's a bit of a wing nut. I think the best thing that we did with him is that we allowed him to play because he's such a reactive player. You got to live with some of those things. If you overcoach him, if you give him too much direction, I don't think it's good, and you've got to allow him to play. And I wonder if that's Torch just kind of like talking because he's on a broadcast, he's got to fill time, he's got to say something. Or if he's seeing with, his trained eye that perhaps Travis Konecny is being coached too much right now.
Well, you have to live with the mistakes because he's like a wild card. Like Torts said, I don't know if he's using wing nut correctly, but the general idea that Konecny is, as Charlie says, like he's a chaos style player.
Yeah.
And you kind of have to take the good with the bad.
And Torts did let him run wild.
And he did.
Yeah.
And that's why we saw him, like, generally until the second half of last season, score a ton and look really, really freaking good. I mean, even last year, like in that second half, he ended up having a 50-plus assist season, which is very, very productive.
Yeah.
Even when the goal scoring basically completely dried up. I don't know if like that is a result. Like that's not a result of overcoaching.
No,
That's the
that
thing
was
is like
he flubbed it.
General idea there. Torts is correct. That individual play, that's just like, oh my god.
It was the Brad
that's just a
Marchand
terrible.
Shootout.
What was that?
Remember the Brad Marchand shootout flub? It was that.
Exactly. Yes, that is the perfect
he just
comparison.
Put his stick and didn't touch the
He
puck
missed it.
with the stick.
Yeah. He just lightly tapped it.
Yeah, I don't.
And so that is a really, really good comparison.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like that's not a result of overcoaching. That's just like you messed up.
No, like you're in the top 0.001% of people who play this game on the earth.
Yeah, in like the history of the world.
Yeah, and you missed the puck with your stick. You almost can't get mad at it.
It's one of those like
I don't know, man.
I always say I can forgive physical mistakes because they happen. It's the mental mistakes. But that one's just like, dude, unless you had picked it up and thrown it in the net with your own glove, I don't know how you could have messed up any worse.
Yeah.
Especially like with Eichel right there, with Stone coming down, the perfect combination of guys.
God.
Like, oh my God. But I do wonder, because I think I tweeted this during the game. There was a couple of interesting ESPN narratives that I want to get to throughout today's show.
Oh, there were some good
ones. But I thought when they were talking about Travis Konecny, they were gaslighting me. I honestly thought they're like, well, we all know like Tockett's style probably suits TK a little bit more. And I'm like, I guess like the scrappy but skilled idea, like we're going to focus a little more, like I'm going to coach you on offense. Like there's an expectation that you play offense, which really didn't exist with Tortorella. It was like, yeah, man, I don't get a breakaway after you block a shot. That was the offensive strategy. I suppose that. But like the rush-based offense is what allowed him to become a 30-goal scorer for 2 years for the first time ever. And we've talked about like, all right, this is an adjustment period for him, and maybe he's coming along now, and it's taken a little bit. I just thought that was like, you're gaslighting me. You're telling me the opposite of what we've been saying about TK all year, and then Torts is just like, yeah, man, like he's getting a lot of direction from Tocchet, and maybe that's not the way he works best. And not to say he's had a bad year, but we've been underwhelmed for a lot of it, even though he's been coming around lately.
Well, at the end, Kevin Weeks said a rare misstep from Travis Konecny, and I was like, somebody hasn't been watching the Flyers this season, Weeksy.
It was just like
you showed yourself.
I mean, at this, like, he is considered probably nationally their best player.
Yeah, because what we've been talking about, I feel like, for this entire season is that we're disappointed in Travis Konecny's play. And like you pointed out, you look at the numbers and you're like, if you're just looking at the numbers, you're like, no, you're not. You're not disappointed in him at all. Like his numbers he's like 2 points behind Trevor Zegras. Like he's fine. But like visually, like tonight, like what we're seeing from him, he's making
visually,
a lot.
It's worse.
Yeah, he's making a lot of like dumb mistakes that you're not used to seeing from Travis Konecny.
Yeah, so maybe like overall, I very much understand Tortorella's comments.
Yeah,
it's just like maybe that doesn't apply to this, but at the end of the day, what the hell, man? Put the puck into the crowd and take the penalty.
Right.
Pick it up and throw it down the other end of the ice. Pick it up and eat
somewhere.
Literally, just don't do the only thing that you did, which is just skate away from it as Jack Eichel is bearing down.
Just handed it to Jack Eichel.
Down. Like he had room.
No, I just handed it to Jack.
We watched the replay. I was like, I must have just missed something.
I don't.
But that's how the game ended.
Yeah.
And they did overall play pretty well, Cal. And like, I don't want to lose that because again, like one physical mistake in the 3-on-3, going into the as overtime started, the announcers are like, well, I thought the Flyers had the advantage going into the third to the home team. They get last change so they can play hard matchups, do all that. Now, yeah, man, they have Jack Eichel on the ice and the Flyers don't. So they have the best player. It's a skills competition 3-on-3.
Yeah.
They have the advantage. And like, okay, that's kind of just what happened after a big mistake. Their two, best forwards basically win it. But overall, I got to say I was pretty impressed with the regulation game that they played because it was very much, and this is something I did like about the ESPN broadcast. Maybe they were a little surprised because like, well, this is just kind of the way the Flyers play. But it was like, yo, they're kind of matching a Vegas style game here, and they're doing pretty well. I thought for a lot, the first 10 minutes of the game, all Vegas. After that, I kind of thought the Flyers were better.
They were definitely better at points. Like, there's no way that you could have watched that game and thought that Vegas somehow dominated.
Yeah, like this wasn't a Vladar 40 saves.
No.
We were lucky to be in it game. He made some big saves, timely ones, but so did Schmidt. Like, he made some huge saves.
No, the Flyers were in this game the entire time, which I think is kind of what makes this more frustrating. Like, if it had been Dan Vladar stealing their way to overtime, you'd be like,
well,
they should have won anyway.
Yeah,
but this was like, the win was right there.
That's like, I had a question with a little asterisk there for Charlie. Like, was this a statement win? Which I wanted to ask. Which I wanted to ask had they won the game, but now apparently I can't. But I'm still asking. Was it a statement loss, Charlie? Yeah, like, they lost, but they really impressed me.
Statement moral victory.
Yeah, a statement moral victory. I guess that's where we are. But of course, I was gonna say, well, at least the Tankers will be happy. But no, they can't be because they got a point.
Do those people still exist?
Oh, they do. I hear from them every day. I don't know. It's I was one of them, but like, that's over now.
Live in the now.
All right. On the other side, we're going to talk about tonight's game changer driven by Elkin Chevrolet. So stay tuned for that. But right now, got to tell you about Bet365. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. I tell you all the time about the 90 million users worldwide, the almost 800,000 live stream events each year, and of course, one of the pioneers of live in-game betting with 78 different sports to bet on while the action is live. And now I got to tell you about the Bet365 early payout offer, because with that, you're a winner. If your team gains a 3-goal lead, you get an instant payout on straight bets, and your parlay selections are marked as winners as soon as the team you bet goes up 3. It's that simple. So download the app and use code PHLY365 when you sign up. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. And we have breaking news from Bet365. New customers now get $150 in bonus bets when you bet just $5, win or lose. Just sign up, use code PHLY365, deposit $10 and place a bet for $5 to get $150 in bonus bets whether your bet wins or loses. Bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, player props, futures, and more. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Must be 21 plus an NPA. If you someone you know is a gambling problem wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER. All right, I got to tell you all about Xfinity, because Xfinity is the ultimate sports destination. If you want to have your friends over for the game, you got to have Xfinity, because there's never any lagging, never any buffering, and no switching between 20 different apps just to find the game. Because with Xfinity, you get all of the best games and all your favorite teams all in one place. And that place has the best picture and sound with Xfinity's enhanced 4K. It is absolutely next level. And let's not forget about the multi-box. That's right. With Xfinity Multi-View, you can watch up to 4 games at once. It is the ultimate fan flex. Plus, you get notifications and stats live right on your TV, so you can keep up on all your parlays and keep up on all your fantasy teams. So next game day, make sure you're a big fan and not a big fail. Learn more at Xfinity.com. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Multi-View requires Xfinity 4K capable TV box. All right, it is time for tonight's game changer, driven by Elkin Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. I want to talk about Trevor Zegras. There's a couple of things I want to discuss with Trevor Zegras. The first is just his play. He is now up to 11 goals in 29 games. He's on an 82-game base for 31 goals. And this wasn't really something I'd considered until they brought it up on the broadcast. His career high is 23. He did that in both of his big years in Anaheim. And now he's on pace for over 30. Like that's
Curious.
pretty freaking impressive.
Yeah.
I think everyone has been excited by what we've got out of Trevor Zegras, but the whole thing about acquiring him was like, we know he's really good. We know he has a ton of ability.
Yeah.
It's just maybe he needs a change of scenery. Maybe he just wasn't the GM's ideal guy because he and Pat Verbeek seemed to really clash heads when they were negotiating his last contract. He and the coach just didn't seem to really see eye to eye, just personality, whatever it is. Trevor Zegras, the player, very impressed with here and enjoyed his game. Glad he scored another one. He's been awesome at home this year, especially. I think he's a point a game. Great stuff. On pace for a really, really solid season and a new career high in goals. Nets won tonight. Great stuff on a feed from Travis Sanheim. But the Trevor Zegras narrative that they were pushing throughout the game, they're talking about this guy like the league really thinks, and I know I'm not allowed to say it, but the league really thinks he was a soft P word who only really wanted to be on TikTok. Like, that's actually, like, when I always roll my eyes when they bring up that Tocchet thing where he's like, well, do you want clicks or you want to win games or whatever he said? Like, that's really what they think.
It's so stupid.
No one can believe how competitive Trevor Zegras is. Who could have guessed he'd be the Flyers' leading scorer? Like, I don't know. This team doesn't have like a ton of talent. And at 20 and 21 years old, he had 60+ point seasons. Like, I could have guessed it was in the realm of possibility. But the idea that he put up 127 points in the NHL between ages 20 and 21 and did so as a non-competitive person means not only do you believe Trevor Zegras to be insanely skilled, it means you think he's as good as Gretzky.
Yeah, imagine
to
if
be
he
able
tried.
to have reached this level at that age and had that level of production and not really cared. Like, it's insane to me that this could be the narrative.
It's just, this is one of those times where you just have to like roll your eyes and shake your head at the NHL because it's like, oh no, he has something resembling a personality.
Yeah.
He's not a hockey robot like Nathan McKinnon or Sidney Crosby. He actually is a little bit goofy. He has fun. He seems to like what he's doing. That means he's not serious. And like the idea that this kid...
Oh, he calls the coach Taco.
Yeah, like the idea that his parents probably spent hundreds of thousands of dollars and their entire lives getting him to the NHL, and he didn't care the entire time. Like, what are you on about? It's so stupid.
Won a gold medal with the development program. Like, yeah he just did that by not competing. I was like, what are we talking about right now?
I know, it's so weird.
127 points between ages 20 and 21. And, oh, man, we can't believe how competitive this man is.
Never would have thought.
Like, if that quote actually came from Danny Briere, it's like, well, why'd you trade for him?
You should have kept Ryan Poehling. He tried all the time.
Like, he was
always trying.
And I know they're trying to compliment him. Like, he probably did need to grow up. Like, I'm not just blaming Anaheim here. The guy had some injuries. He probably did need to grow up. All those things are true because all 21-year-olds need to grow up. Like, that's just like the truth. They're not fully developed yet. You know, like, their brains aren't done cooking. But like 21-year-olds are dumb as hell.
Yeah.
Like, it's just true.
Yes, that is true.
All of them. You could be MIT. You're 21. You're not that smart.
Idiot. Yeah, for sure.
Let alone like a hockey player. Anyway, I just thought that part was insane. Like, oh man, he's so competitive. Like, and I know they're trying to compliment him. And be like,
but it's just
he's matured and he's breaking down. He's breaking the idea of what we thought he was and all this. And I was just baffled. I was like, you think he got to this level not being competitive?
They just can't abide anyone not being just a plain saltine cracker of a person. Like, I look at Zegras and Drysdale, they're Riley and Jonesy. They are those
really
two guys. They are just goofy dudes that are having fun playing a game together. And the idea that you could be a goofy guy having fun with your friends and also be really good at hockey, like, doesn't compute for them. They can't understand it. Like, you must be like nose to the grindstone, business, no fun, only win. Like, it's just, It's so weird to me. Like, does this happen in other sports? Are other sports weird like this where like if a dude's having fun, people are like, "Oh, I guess he's not serious about baseball."
Baseball is the most like that. It's starting to change.
The Phillies are so goofy.
And but then like there's also a and no need to really get into all of this. But no, there is a real race element with it in baseball where it's like a lot of the Hispanic players are having fun out there.
Yeah, they do seem to be fun.
Like, oh yeah, well, the Phillies are of course they're all about business, even though they have fun. There's a little bit of that in baseball, but it is changing as like just younger guys come up and they are regardless of their background, more the personality of Trevor Zegras, because humans enjoy having fun.
Yeah.
Regardless of what your job is, fun like is good. Hence, that's why it's like a thing everyone is striving to have. But that is. I just thought that was funny, and it
is silly how much they really.
It was like the whole first period.
It was crazy.
And that is tonight's game changer, driven by Elkin Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. But it goes without saying, Zegras has been impressive this year. Like that's
as advertised.
That's clear. It was just kind of like, yeah, man, we're trying to get him back to the level he was at. He had some injuries. He didn't get along with the front office and the coach. He's playing a third line role that he's not really suited for. We're asking him to be like our checking center, and this guy's like the most skilled player on the ice. Maybe this isn't in the right role for him. And suddenly, I know he's not playing center right now, but he's playing wing and doing real well at it. Yeah. I do want to, when we get to Charlie, I want to ask him about the play Zegras scored on. Because I think they tried it again in overtime, but this time to Dvorak on that side.
You were asking if it's a set play.
I think that might have been because we're starting to see the Charlie and the cartoon Charlie with the mustache.
Oh God, yes, Brenna.
Absolutely.
I love you so much.
Tremendous.
Please never, ever take it away. Even if he asks you to.
Oh, yeah, never. No.
The non-mustache cartoon is lost. It doesn't exist anymore.
Dead. He died. He passed away. That's the mustache guy is alive. He killed evil Charlie. Evil Charlie killed regular Charlie. Yeah. That play, it was awesome pass, but just the give and go setup of Zegras over to Sanheim. Sanheim drifting towards the left point, and then gets the return feed over to Zegras on like basically the far post for the one-timer. And then I think they tried a similar thing, but Dvorak wasn't in like perfect shooting position at the time. I think they tried it again in OT. So I want to see if Charlie picked up on that as well. But I am starting to see, even though they only scored a couple of goals tonight, I think a little bit of that offense opening up that Tocchet talked about. It's no longer like, oh yeah, they got 18 shots and scored a goal. Like tonight, not the most high event game, but overall, I think I'm seeing that, and that might be one of those. Examples.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a set play.
It did. It was a great pass, and maybe Sanheim has that kind of vision, but it was just kind of. Yeah, he knows he's there.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
That's what made me think it was that. All right, we're going to alternate positives and negatives tonight, Charlie. Charlie, you're Kelly, not Charlie. Matvei Michkov. Let's get to Michkov before we go to another break. I thought the first half of his game was pretty good.
I thought so too.
I thought especially the first 30 minutes.
Yeah.
In the third period, I think it was the third, he creates that breakaway chance for Coots by real nice poke check, like sweep check at center ice to spring Coots. Coots gets he hits the post. I mean, that could have been the game winner right there, the way they were locking it down. Third period. And like through, I think at least maybe the first 40 minutes, he was one of the time on ice leaders for the Flyers forwards. I think only the Zegras line, he was like fourth behind the Zegras Dvorak Tippett line. It's those three, right? No, Konecny, not Tippett. And then there's Mish. And then in the third period, with the Flyers needing a goal, 3:45 time on ice, 16 seconds of power play time, and then no shifts in overtime. Maybe he would have got one if it had gone longer, but it's not like it's not as if it wasn't a decent amount of time into overtime.
This wouldn't have been the first time that Mish got no shifts in overtime.
No, it would be like the third.
Yeah.
But I don't want to have to do this every single game talking about the ice time. I know it annoys people. It really annoys.
So mad. There's like certain people in the chat that get real mad.
I just
about
maybe
me bringing up ice.
at a certain point we don't need to do
it.
it, but like when he's trending towards 17 minutes and ends up playing like 13 or whatever he got today, 13:47.
Right.
You needed a goal. I realize you're also hoping not to lose in regulation. I guess that's to me more of a road strategy than a home strategy.
Yes.
Like you were going to need a goal at a certain point, and I know he hasn't been the Michkov of last year, but he is also still one of your goal leaders, one of your more dangerous offensive players, even in this lesser than version of himself that we've seen so far this year.
Yeah.
Did he lead the team in shots on goal? It looks like Cates had 4, he had 3. So he's second on the team in shots. Cates gets those 4 shots in 19 minutes and 40 seconds. Mish does it in 13:47. So, you know, Konecny had 2. No one else had more than 1. Juulsen had 2 shots as well. Those are your shots on goal leaders. In a game that was pretty low event, I realize maybe you're trying to lock it down and hope for the point. It is a really good team on the other side. But you have to try to win eventually. Like, get him out there for more than less than 4 minutes in the third.
No, I mean, playing a third
Maybe on the power play.
Well, I wanted to bring that up. But playing a game at home not to lose and not to win is
all right, we actually have to go to ads now because Charlie's ready. So let's throw it to the ad break, and then we'll talk to Charlie on the Xfinity Mobile call-in line. My mom and dad, I am trying to return the favor of years of great Christmases, and every year I just give up and get them a few gift cards to their favorite restaurant, but not this year because I found Aura Frames. That's right, Aura Frames are an awesome gift because there's so many great ways to personalize it. You can upload unlimited photos and videos from anywhere. All you gotta do, download the Aura app, connect to Wi-Fi. Even those technologically impaired parents can do it, and you can even upload photos before it ships and then keep adding them anywhere, anytime. You can't wrap togetherness, but you can frame it. And for a limited time, save on the perfect gift by visiting auraframes.com to get $35 off Aura's best-selling Carver matte frames, named #1 by Wirecutter. All you gotta do is use promo code PHLY at checkout. That's auraframes.com, promo code PHLY. This deal is exclusive for our listeners, and frames sell out fast, so order yours today to get it for the holidays and support the show by mentioning us at checkout. Terms and conditions apply. The World Cup is coming to North America for the first time since 1994, and I know all sports fans out there are not going to want to get shut out, and that's why you got to use my favorite secondary ticket marketplace. It is the Game Time app, because Game Time, there's never any guesswork with Game Time, because the fees are included. You can know your total up front, and there are never any surprises at checkout, and you can save even more when you choose a section and let Game Time choose the seats for you with zone deals. And of course, that low price guarantee. Who doesn't love a guarantee? Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference of your purchase if you find tickets in the same section and row for less. And that Game Time guarantee also comes with the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry. So take the guesswork out of buying soccer tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code PHLY for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code PHLY for $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket, go. Download the Game Time app today. We are joined by Philly's #1 hockey beat writer, Charlie O'Connor, on the Xfinity Mobile call-in line.
Can I tell Charlie what we were just talking about? Charlie, you'll never guess what we were just talking about.
Were you talking about Matvei Michkov?
Ice time.
Ice time. There we go.
All right. We may get to that question, Charlie.
I mean, this is a game where it's absolutely worth talking about, specifically when we're talking about the power play at the end of the third. But let's go. What do you want to talk about? Here's what I'm going to ask you. Do you want to start out with the good or the bad? Because there was a lot of good, but there was also things to be annoyed with.
Yeah, I want to start out with what Travis Konecny said. I just want to know did you talk to him, and what the hell just happened? Did
he self-immolate after the game?
We did not talk to him because the way that post-game interviews work is that you ask for guys for the names to be put on the board with about 5 minutes left in regulation. So
okay.
at the time, we had no idea that Travis Konecny was going to make the big turnover that loses them in the game in overtime. And at that point, like, yeah, the chances of him being like, I'm willingly going to talk about making this mistake, like, yeah, probably not. If he wasn't on the board already, he's not going to want to be on the board and talk about that. Look, that's a frustrating mistake, of course, but it's one of those physical mistakes. Like, you whiffed on a puck. It sucks. I get, like, fans rightfully should be angry that, you know, the highest paid player on the team makes a mistake that glaring. That said, it happens. It's hockey. Like, guys make mistakes. I think John Tortorella after the game on the ESPN broadcast, he basically was like, look, he's a wing nut. Use that word specifically. Like, you just kind of you have to let Travis Konecny do what Travis Konecny does, and at the end of the year in aggregate, it's going to be a lot more positives than negatives, but you're never going to remove all the negatives from his game because he's a chaos merchant, and that's just the way he plays. Tonight, we got the negative of chaos merchant Travis Konecny. The chaos went in the wrong direction.
Yeah, that was basically our almost our exact talk. Like, very frustrating. If he had done anything except pick it up and throw it in his own net, it would have been better than what he did. But I guess you whiff sometimes. It's just that time and spot and the guy in front of him. It couldn't have been more. Couldn't have been more fatal. But it's S happens, right? But the first 60 minutes. They went toe-to-toe with a legit Stanley Cup contender, score the same, shots on goal the same every period. I was overall impressed with the way they kind of, I don't know, for a lot of the game, looked like a bit of the better team than Vegas. What did you think?
I thought the Flyers 5-on-5 play in this game was great. I thought they played a really good game. Now, granted, I'm grading them on a bit of a curve because I think Vegas is the more talented, certainly the more battle-tested team. So, you know, if I'm Vegas, I'm not thinking like, man, we played great. I'm thinking, man, we should be better than this team, and we weren't. But the fact that the Flyers played them even at 5-on-5, it was impressive. They finish about even in expected goals at 5-on-5. And what I did like about their 5-on-5 play specifically, it wasn't even just that they played with withdrawal, which is impressive given where the Flyers are at in terms of their rebuild and where Vegas is at in terms of trying to win championships. What really impressed me was that, like, we know how Vegas wants to play. Vegas wants to play a heavy game. They want to play along the boards. They want to win puck battles. They want to play dump and chase. They want to play their style because they believe if they play their style, they're going to beat teams. The Flyers played their style. They played Vegas's style, and they basically matched them. Like, that's impressive. It's kind of like, you know, if you want to beat Colorado, you probably have to slow them down. Because if you try to go, you know, if you try to trade chances with Colorado, you're going to lose. Well, this was like trading chances with Colorado and not losing, or losing in overtime. Like, they played Vegas's way and weren't outmatched. And given the fact that Vegas, this is their specialty, to hang with a team when you're playing their specialty style, that's pretty impressive. So I liked a lot, if not pretty much all, what I saw from them at 5-on-5. Now, the power play and overtime, not so much, but 5-on-5, I'll praise them. They played really well against a tough opponent.
Is one shot on 3 power plays good?
Yeah, it's bad. It's real bad.
I agree.
Not great. Yeah, so the power play, I want to get into this because
please.
My frustration point more than anything is that third power play, the one they get with 4:48 left in the third. But it is worth pointing out that those first 2 power plays were also disasters. And of course, we pressed Rick Tocchet on it after the game because it's controversial. You know, you have a chance with less than 5 minutes remaining in regulation to pull an upset regulation win over a cup contender, and instead of just rolling with your regular power play unit, you change it up. You remove Owen Tippett, you remove Matvei Michkov from the power play unit, so now you've got a unit that wasn't playing together throughout the game and has 2 fewer players that are some of your best offensive players, your most talented offensive players. My first thought was he did it because he's playing for the point. You know, he wants to avoid, you know, a turnover going the other way, and he's playing it safe because he wants to secure the point against a team that is better than the Flyers on paper and isn't even in their conference. So it's no big deal that you turn it into a a 3-point game. That was my first thought. So Kevin Kurz and I pressed Tocchet on it, and Tocchet's first response was, did you see the first 2 power plays? So he held that the reason why he changed up the unit was because they were real bad on the first 2 power plays. It actually seemed like he was more critical of Tippett than Michkov, because he specifically said, like, the flankers, aside from Zegras, need to do a better job. And Michkov's been, like, the net front guy. Tippett's been the other flanker. So it seems like the frustration really is on Tippett. Now, why you also had to take Michkov off the unit, not quite sure. But it seems like there was more frustration with Tippett's work on the flank than Michkov's work at the net front. But again, it's odd to take 2 of your most talented offensive players off the unit in a tie game with less than 5 minutes remaining. You have the chance to win the game in regulation right there. Instead, you create essentially nothing because you purposely weakened your power play. Then I pushed and I was like, I basically said, like, look, you see those guys getting taken off the unit. My first thought was, were you guys, trying to, play it safer and avoid odd man rushes, and I was like, and that wasn't your thought process. Is that what you're saying? And he's like, basically, he said something to the extent of like, well, I wanted to try to, reconstitute that line, so he puts Brink and Cates on the line. And then he basically was like, look, you guys can write what you want. I don't care. So if I had to guess, I would guess number one, it was related to the fact that the first 2 power plays stunk. And it was like, well, you got to change it up. But I have to believe that at least part of it was probably that, yeah, he's thinking like, I can't trust the power play to score because it looks like crap. Might as well just make sure we avoid getting a shorthanded goal against by having Cates and Brink, who are both more, I would say, defensively reliable players than Michkov and Tippett. I get where he's coming from. I just disagree. Like, I just disagree fundamentally with the idea of pulling Michkov and Tippett off that power play. Like, give yourself a better chance to win. Like, don't play not to lose, play to win. And on that power play, you have a better chance of scoring a goal if Michkov and Tippett are on that unit as opposed to Cates and Brink. And I like Cates and Brink a lot. I like them both as players, but Tippett and Michkov are more talented offensive players. They just are. And I think look, given the way the power play was running today, they probably wouldn't have scored anyway. But I think you have a better chance if they're on that unit for that power play, and they weren't.
We have said all along, like going back to even, was it the 3rd game of the season where Zegras makes that just one great play to set up the Coots goal. Like, that's what elite talent allows.
Yeah.
Even when things aren't maybe going the best, one play. It just takes one, and you lessened your opportunity at that. I found that power play decision to be pretty ridiculous, Charlie. Not to mention just under 4 minutes overall in the 3rd period, as if they were protecting a lead and didn't still need to win the game. But whatever. This is the way Taco's coaching them, I guess. Charlie, I did want to ask about something good. That Zegras goal in the 1st period. That real nice give and go play. Sanheim's drifting towards the left point, finds him on the far side. I feel like they tried it again with Dvorak the next time in overtime. Do you think that's one of those set plays that we've heard about this team is starting to get more into as they've been opened up a little bit more in the offensive zone with Tockett's playbook?
I didn't get the sense that it was because number one, we talked to Sanheim after the game, asked him about the play. It didn't seem like he was, running a set play. It was just that he, couldn't find a man on the left side and then figures, well, I'll give it a shot. Sees Zegras, boom, great pass by Sanheim. You're talking about the play in the overtime, though. That definitely was not a set play because Rick Tocchet specifically brought it up as like Sanheim's got to take that shot. That was an example from Tocchet's perspective of our best players have to be more assertive. They have to make plays in key moments. And he's like, Sanheim has that puck in the middle. Like, he's got to shoot that. He can't pass that off to Dvorak. So very much not a set play if the coach after the game is saying, you shouldn't have passed that puck.
No. Okay, cool. Got that answer. We just talked about the power play. They have struggled to find a good quarterback for it. Hear me out on this. Noah Juulsen.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a bomb. That was a bomb of a shot.
Sure
It was funny. If you're talking though about power play options, it's abundantly clear that Tocchet is intrigued by the idea of trying Risto up there because he's like, well, I've heard he's got a bomb of a shot. So when he comes back, maybe we'll give him a look. He straight up said that.
It was mentioned as a possibility on the broadcast, and I found that like, oh, that must have come directly from the coach because like this guy isn't playing and hasn't all year. So we will see about that, Charlie. Grundstrom and Murchison stayed in the lineup tonight. What'd you think of their play?
Murchison I thought was fine. I mean, he had that really big hit in the beginning of the game, which was awesome. Aside from that, I thought he was fine. He wasn't standout, but he certainly wasn't bad. He looked like he belonged. Is that enough to keep him up once York and especially Risto are back? I doubt it, but he's certainly showing himself well in this this brief, unexpected audition. So props to Ty Murchison. As for Gruncher, I mean, he gets an assist on the Juulsen goal. So what? That's 2 straight games with a point for a fourth liner. I was surprised at the fact that Gulbenkian gets dropped down to the fourth line in the third period, and they move Grunstrom up. That was surprising, and not because I thought Grunstrom was bad. Like, and Taka was asked about that after the game, and he basically said, "I thought Grunstrom was really going. I wanted to get him more minutes." Fair, but I thought Gulbenkian was playing pretty well too.
Yeah.
I thought he was winning battles. I thought he was forechecking well. I thought he was keeping pucks alive. He was doing well against a team in Vegas that thrives on winning battles and playing a heavy game. I thought he was almost like just out heavying them, which was pretty cool to see. So it was surprising to me to see him drop to the fourth line, but maybe it was just as simple as I liked what I saw from Grunstrom from Taka's perspective, and somebody's got to move down to get him up there. So I'll move down the guy who has the least like cachet with me, and that was Gulbenkian.
All right. Yeah, I just like that line to me is like finally starting to come around a little. Like you put them together, it's okay, we're going to replace Forster. We'd broken that line up. We're going to put Cates and Brink together again. And all right, this is the closest thing we can give you to Forster. It's starting to come together, and then you break it up. Like, okay, all right.
No, I mean, I'll be honest with you. Like, and I don't think I don't think I come across as a Taka defender in general. I think it's just that like I don't actively despise him.
Yeah,
like a lot of people seem to already. I don't think this was actually. You know what? Let me paraphrase. I mean, let me point out. I think this was a good game for the viability of Tocchet's on a system. But I think in terms of in-game decision-making, this was not a good game from Rick Tocchet. I had a lot of issues with the in-game decision-making. It was a validation of the quality of his system, because if they can go head-to-head with Vegas, then clearly there's something right with the system. This is a really good team that they went toe-to-toe with at 5-on-5, but I disagree with a lot of the in-game decisions.
All right. I think that is a very fair assessment based on what we saw and honestly just the opportunities that presented themselves and the ones that maybe weren't taken advantage of. All right, let's do it, Charlie. It is time for Charlie O'Connor's 3 stars of the game. Despite the loss, there were a bunch of Flyers who I thought played pretty well. Let's hear it. Who is star number 3?
Yeah, you know, this was a tough one because you're right. There were a lot of guys who played well. I'm going to give star number 3 to Sanheim because that pass was just really, really impressive. Like that is a game-changing pass. Sanheim gets 26-25 in this game. He finishes a +1, gets that great pass. Sanheim, look, I want to see him take that shot in overtime.
Sure.
I'm sure in retrospect, he wants to have taken that shot in overtime. But he's the big minutes guy in a game where the Flyers went toe-to-toe with a cup contender, and he has the great pass to set up the Zegras goal. I'll give Travis Sanheim the 3rd star.
More than fair. Who is star number 2?
I'm going to give it to Noah Juulsen because that was a heck of a shot. You know what? Why? And the thing with that shot, like he's got, number one, some serious mustard on that shot. It nearly cracks 92 miles an hour.
92 miles an hour, yeah.
Yeah, but also, I mean, that's a bouncing puck. Like that's not an easy puck to hit as hard and as accurate as he does. Like that is a difficult and a great play by Dvorak to kind of skate around the zone and open up space and give Juulsen enough time to jump on the ice. He was coming right on the ice from a change when he lines up and blasts that shot. But Juulsen still got to be the guy who blasts that. And like, that's an impressive goal too, because you've got Schmid, like Schmid basically gets beat to the far post. Like that's how fast that shot was coming. Schmid's going left to right, and he just doesn't get over in time because the shot was that well placed and that hard and heavy of a shot. So Noah Juulsen, look, he only got, I think, 14, 15 minutes of ice time in the game. I didn't think he was standoutish aside from that play, but that was one heck of a play, and I'll give him 2nd star for it.
They lose in regulation without him, Charlie. 663 days in between goals for Noah Juulsen.
Wow.
But it was pretty damn impressive, the one he scored.
It was an impressive goal.
All right, Charlie, who is tonight's 1st star of the game?
1st star of the game, I'm going with Christian Dvorak, 2 assists. What I really liked about Christian Dvorak's game, honestly, and look, in an ideal world, he doesn't make this mistake, but he's the guy who turns the puck over on the first Vegas goal. He's trying to gain entry with the puck, doesn't have a lot of speed, loses it. They come back in transition and score. That could have negatively affected him the entire game. Instead, he just puts his head down and makes plays and makes really good plays like that. His line with Zegras continues to be very effective. Dvorak continues to rack up points. And the pass to Juulsen was real good. He picks up a secondary assist on the Zegras goal. He's playing real good hockey, and I'm giving him first star for it.
All right, those are Charlie O'Connor's 3 stars of the game, and this has been Charlie O'Connor live on the Xfinity mobile call-in line. Chuck, we will talk this weekend, my friend.
We will indeed. I'm going to enjoy tomorrow off.
I am looking forward to that as well. That is Charlie O'Connor down at the Xfinity Mobile Arena. All right, we have one more break to take, and then we're going to do Super Chats. I got to pay a cartwheel debt. Lots of stuff still to do. The unsung hero as well. But now it's time to hear from our sponsors. If joint or muscle pain is keeping you from doing the things that you enjoy, whether it's walking the dog, working out, or just moving comfortably through your day, it's time to get the care that you deserve. At Rothman Orthopedics, you'll find expert treatment for injuries, chronic conditions alike, with personalized care focused on helping you move better sooner. Rothman's 190-plus fellowship-trained physicians specialize in specific areas of the body and a multitude of orthopedic services, including hip, knee, spine, foot, and ankle. You name it, they do it. And year over year, Rothman consistently performs among the highest volume of hip, knee, shoulder, and ankle replacements in the whole country. That's over 60,000 every year. Rothman proudly serves dozens of communities across PA, New Jersey, and Florida with 30-plus convenient offices, urgent cares, and walk-in centers. Visit rothmanortho.com/PHLY to schedule your appointment. Rothman Orthopedics, your mobility, our mission. Listen, I know it's easy to blow through your finances this time of year. Trust me, I have been there, and that's why I have started using Monarch. Because if you want to keep your finances under control this holiday season, you need to be using Monarch. Rated Wall Street Journal's best budgeting app of 2025, Monarch is the all-in-one personal finance tool that brings your entire financial life together in one clean interface on your laptop or on your phone. And right now, just for our listeners, Monarch is offering 50% off your first year. Monarch helps you stay informed so nothing slips through the cracks. Monarch isn't just another financing app. It's a tool that real professionals and experts actually love. So don't let financial opportunities slip through the cracks. Use code PHLY at monarch.com in your browser for half off your first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarch.com with code PHLY. Know where the pancreas is?
Can I just say that we need both more likes?
Yeah, we need to get the likes up.
Number of likes.
Yeah.
And also more super chats.
Yeah.
What's up with you guys?
We could do with either of those things. But right now it is time for the unsung hero presented by Togo. Togo, the leader in operations outsourcing. Let Togo handle the work that gets in the way of your work. You call the plays, we execute. Togo. And tonight's unsung hero is going to be Dan Vladar, because he does give up 3 goals. You see the stat line, and we're going to have to use the Sam Ersson line.
Let's go.
Better than his numbers, because the numbers are, it's up to 18 of 21 now, so it's 857 save percentage. Yeah, that's what it said, and I just wrote it down wrong.
Didn't I say pregame? There's no way he's going to have an 899 tonight?
Yeah.
Joke's on me.
He didn't. No, the save percentage, like the 3 goals against, he's been so good at giving up 2 or fewer. Like his goals against coming in was 2.5 for the season. Some really, really big saves though. Timely saves, despite ultimately taking a loss and allowing 3.
Yeah, that save in the second period that I referenced earlier. Like if they had won that game, like that save won them the game, I would have said.
Just thinking about the goals he allowed, it's the give and go to Zach Whitecloud, and it was like a penalty shot, basically. Just it was, Caesar parting. Okay, I guess I'm gonna get to deke the goalie. Like, okay, maybe you can make a save on basically a mini breakaway, but don't give that up to a defenseman. That would be cool. There's the 3 opportunities that Mark Stone gets, as they had just described, like. Oh, yeah, the power play percentage when Mark Stone is healthy for this team is double. And he has a point in every game he's played, despite missing like a month or something.
It's insane.
It was like his 14th game out of 29, and he's got like 25 points, I think, now. So there's that. And then Eichel to Stone again as TK gives it away in overtime. Hard to blame the goalie for any of the goals. So not the best save percentage, not a game that is going to help the statistics.
No.
But that's what makes him the unsung hero. Is I think I don't know if he like kept him in it the way he has in other games where it's like, yeah, man, they didn't show up till there were 5 minutes left in the first period and he had to make 12 saves already.
He did have to make some big saves.
But he had to make some big saves at big spots, as did Schmid. But we're talking about Flyers right now. So that's going to make Dan Vladar tonight's unsung hero presented by Togo. Yeah, I always feel bad for the goalie on the night. It's like, yeah, this is going to kill your save percentage. And like, you played pretty freaking well. But that's why they say you got to watch the games, not the box score, I guess. I liked what I saw out of Vladar again. I don't think he let them down tonight.
No.
The way the numbers may suggest.
No, not at all.
No, that Noah Juulsen, 663 days between goals. And it was like a goal scorer's goal, man. Like
how hard he shot that puck.
He opens up, he's on the left side and he's on his offside. So he opens up for the one-timer. It's a sauce pass that looks like it skipped a little bit. And he just uncorked it and beat a goalie who had a really good game to the post on the near side. So we said pregame of the third pair defensemen we've seen thus far, Juulsen maybe has disappointed us the least. And based on our expectations after the preseason where it was like, yeah, I mean, I guess he can be the 7 because Tocchet knows him. Like, sure. Yeah. He's been better than that. Yeah. He's definitely been better than Zamula or Yinning at this point.
I just had a thought.
Okay.
Where Juulsen took that shot where the puck skipped, was that the same spot on the ice where Konecny flubbed it? Were they on the right side? Was that? Did they switch?
Think so. Trying to think. No. I don't believe it was.
I was just wondering. I was wondering if there was like an ice.
I'm just trying to think of when each thing happened.
I know. I was trying to think of it too.
I'm trying to figure out how to blame the ice.
I'm like, which way?
The damn Zamboni driver. You know who's to blame for this one? It's the Zamboni driver. Juulsen gets out there. He doesn't play a ton, like Charlie said, but scores a goal, and it's a guy we've talked about the bottom of this lineup. And like defensemen overall, they said on the broadcast, I think they only have 6 goals from defensemen or something this season. Like they just don't get a ton of offense from the D-men, and to get it from the third pair physical guy, that's like, those are the types of contributions you need to beat teams that are better than you.
Yes.
And they absolutely could have tonight, and that's a big part of it right there.
Every time I see Noah Juulsen, I'm like, oh, that's Noah Juulsen.
That is, in fact, Noah Juulsen.
He's one of those dudes, so I just don't know what his face looks like.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
I never know. Like, that's the thing. When I do recognize a guy, I'm like, oh, he's been here a while.
Yeah. Like, it takes me like 2 or 3 years.
I am so bad. I don't recognize, like, people I know sometimes. I think I might have face blindness or something.
Maybe.
All right, we're going to get to Super Chats in just a minute. I'm done with this stuff that we have to sell and everything, right? Okay, just making sure. I am lost in terms of timing right now. But Kelly, what I need you to do, because we tried this yesterday and I blamed Charlie. I need you to move to where I am. I have to pay a cartwheel debt. We got, what was it, 6 donations on Giving Tuesday for 6 cartwheels. I paid 1 yesterday, and I am doing 1 per show until the debt is paid. So, Kelly, here we go. It's cartwheel time.
So I have to sit there?
You come over here, because yesterday Charlie crowded me, and that's why it went so poorly.
Please don't hurt yourself. I'm afraid.
Oh, I definitely hurt myself yesterday, but I got a couple practice reps in.
Not on my watch.
I got a couple practice reps in last night, and I think I'm more prepared than I was.
You're going to crush this. Let's go.
All right. Cartwheel number 2 coming up. I'm like trying not to. Okay. Here we go. I almost went through the wall, but I count it.
No, that was good. That was good.
There's just not a ton of room in here.
I was impressed. We really should take this out to the main area.
Probably. I just want to do it live.
Yeah.
I want to do it live so no one can accuse Brenna of like editing it.
It's AI.
Yeah.
An AI
green screening it or anything. But I think that went a lot better than
which of our wonderful listeners cursed you with this?
We got 6 It was like, what, $25 for a cartwheel or $50 for a cartwheel? And yeah, 4 more. I am improving after yesterday's debacle.
By the end of this, you're going to be doing them one-handed.
That's what I said. I think at the pace I'm on, 2028 in LA, see me there.
I don't think I could do a cartwheel, so I'm impressed.
All right. Let's get to Super Chats.
Hey-o.
All right. We have a decent number here, but not a crazy amount.
Real
So from Blessed Martian, check TK's DraftKings account. JK, mistakes happen. Yeah, it's tough because like TK is on a lot of people. We talked about it last game. Like,
he's on the
He's
list.
not going to get a ton of leash on this one. No. And honestly, with the way, like, part of me wants to give him a pass because he is one of their better players. He is one of their more productive players.
Yeah.
He made a physical mistake. And then there's the part of me that's like, if Matvei Michkov did that,
he wouldn't see the ice.
He would be on the 4th line. Grebenkin would be playing in his place.
Yeah.
Well, Grundstrom would be playing in his place. Grebenkin would replace Grundstrom, and it would be Michkov with Abels and Delorier or something next game.
Probably.
So like that's where the frustration comes in. It's not even so much with TK for me. It's with the way this would be handled in other situations. But
it's interesting that
was freaking ugly, man.
It wasn't great, but it's like it's not a thing he's gonna ever do again.
There's a really low chance that that situation ever even presents itself again, let alone.
Yeah, like Bet365 should have a thing every game where it's like Travis Konecny to flub the puck plus 7,000.
Trying to make sure, like I didn't put a hole.
You didn't. You didn't.
All right, next one here is from it's Barry Schaefer. I feel like we haven't heard from Barry in a while.
Hey, Barry.
I like TK, but he has to be He has to be a classic overthinker. He's at his best when he can just go, and I know he's been thinking about Team Canada as well. I have wondered a little about the Team Canada thing. That said, like he's been basically at his level of production we've come to expect. The goal scoring's coming back a little, but I mean, at the second half of last season, he wasn't scoring at all. So
no, but what got him to the last Team Canada was the play from the first half of last season, and that was, even if the numbers are like not that far off, was just more impressive. Like I don't want to say visually it was better, but like he was more impressive at the start of last season than he's been this season. And I'm sure that he knows that. And I'm sure that after he made Team Canada last time, he had to be thinking, oh, baby, I might get to the Olympics.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that he knows that with the start that he had,
it's less likely.
Probably not. There's a lot of good players that are Canadian. I don't know if you guys know that.
Celebrini.
Yeah.
Bedard, they weren't at 4 Nations. Now, there is an extra spot. It was only 1 extra forward, 1 extra defenseman. This year, the Olympics is 14 and 8 rather than 13 and 7. So there's an extra spot, but I don't see this happening.
No, and
TK.
like Sandy's probably going to make it. So like that's got to be like, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure and I do agree because I think we've seen it with him before. The second half of last season, I think we saw it a lot. He gets in his head. You can tell. Just overthinking everything that he does on the ice.
I have thought about the Team Canada thing. Like, you're right. First 41 games of last year. In game 41, he scored goals 19 and 20.
Yeah.
Then he scored 4 more for the second half.
Yeah.
Like this year, we're not at game 30 yet, and he has 8. So he's doing better than he was at that point. But also, that was a real rough one. Maybe it all has to do with the Olympics. Maybe he's just adjusting to Tocchet's system, but you would like to see him a little better, but the mistake tonight is just a freaking mistake.
Yeah.
All right. This one from Justified EDC. Of course, Torts took a shot at Andre in the postgame. Said he should have blocked that last shot. Broken not let Andre live in peace.
I have to say.
Yeah, I didn't see that part.
No, me neither. But Andre had a little bit of a bumpy start to this game. But the tail end of the broadcast, like, the ESPN guys could not stop talking about how impressed they were with Emil Andre. So maybe Torch should listen to Kevin Weeks a little bit more.
Yeah, the Andre thing. I think this is kind of just who Andre is. He's going to impress us. He's going to frustrate us. Yeah. I guess he could have blocked. Sure.
Overall, I thought he had a fine game.
Yeah. Was he? I think he was a minus in the game. Andre was a -2, but quite honestly, like
fake stat.
Yeah, it's not. It doesn't matter.
Fake stat when it doesn't fit with my personal narrative.
100%. All right, next one here. Oh, we're going to overtime. Head to allphly.com to keep watching. I had the wrong time. Okay.
I thought it was 57. Ah.
All right. Yeah. Blink.
Wait, TK it, Brenna.
All right. Next one here is this is Vineet Singh. Says Devo playing well enough to keep long term.
No.
We had this conversation. I don't like long term ish. Like, I wouldn't have the biggest problem in the world with 3 years. If he wants like 5 times 5, it's like, thank you for your service, pal. We'll trade you, before July 1st and try to get like a 5th round pick or something for your rights. But if it was 3 years, it wouldn't drive me nuts. But Charlie and I have now talked this out a couple of times, and it's really just like, we need spots. We need spots.
And sometimes you need to take away a coach's toys in order to get him to do what you want. You take away Devo, maybe he's forced to play Trevor Zegras at center.
That was one of the, like, Charlie and I always reference Moneyball, and that's like a thing Billy Beane does. He wants someone playing first base. The manager wants someone else. So he just trades that guy and goes, well, now you have to.
There you go.
Like, so like maybe like I think if he traded him on deadline day, there would be 21 games left for Zegras to play center.
There you go.
That said, and I do agree with this, if they Sean Walkered him, I don't know how you sell that to a locker room that's playing their ass off to be in it at that point. Now, listen, if they have a 10-game losing streak if they have a 10-game losing streak going into the Olympic break, like, such is life. But I don't know if you're like, yeah, man, we got maybe like the 28th pick for the guy who's maybe going to help us get to the playoffs. The most likely scenario is one and done, I think.
I think so. Yeah, I don't think,
he plays the full year here, but that's that.
There's been a big push from the Beats recently to be like, hey, dummies, they're not trading Christian Dvorak, so stop talking about it.
My guess is it's come up at least off the record.
Probably, yeah, that's probably coming from somewhere. So yeah, they're probably not going to trade him, but I hope that they don't feel compelled to keep him if that's the case.
I just think like where he is, he turns 30 in January or February. Like, this is his chance. He's going to have a career year in all likelihood. This is his chance to get a 5 times 5 or something. And that's insane to think we would give him that.
I hope we would not do that.
I just hope he prices himself out, quite honestly.
Yeah.
All right. Next one here is Obi-Wan says, happy birthday, Kelly.
It is not my birthday.
I didn't think so.
But thank you anyway.
Yeah.
My birthday is next week.
It is next week.
You can all send me gifts next week.
Yeah, make sure you send Kelly gifts. All right, from Keegan, Keegan 6839, TK a million turnovers, 20 minutes. Matvei Michkov only 13. Why?
This is what you were talking about.
I am less frustrated with the mistake than the circumstance.
Yes,
and this is the circumstance. I like. That sucked. I hated seeing it. It was a bummer, but ultimately, all right.
It's not going to affect his ice time at all. Your quarrel was with Ricky Tacos.
Yeah. So. Good question. Why?
Yeah.
Good question.
Don't know.
All right. Next one here is from AOB52. Is Tocchet the wrong coach for this team?
Many people are asking.
I think what I can't say he's the wrong coach for this team when I just saw them play really well against a team that I think could very well win the Stanley Cup. Are they the favorites? No. But I think they're one of the best teams in the better conference. They're 4th in the West, and they're not having like a killer year.
Yeah.
They do have like 9 overtime losses, which is kind of propping them up a little bit. But they're on like, their 3rd goalie. So I can't say he's wrong when the team overall is playing well. I wish Michkov was playing better. I wish Alex Bump was here. I wish Grebenkin was in the top 9 regularly and was showing us stuff.
Yeah.
But like overall, the team is performing pretty well. So I can't like, oh yeah, he stinks. Like
see, the problem is that John Tortorella lost his mind like a year too early. And I feel like the reason that Rick Tocchet is the coach of this team is because Rick Tocchet was available. And if John Tortorella had a solid season last year and didn't lose his mind and didn't completely lose the locker room, he'd probably still be coaching this year. And Ricky Tacos would be someplace else.
I wonder.
I don't think they would. If last year was good and everyone was happy with Tortorella, I don't think they would have fired him.
The thing is, I think looking at the situation now,
yeah,
I think Danny Briere knew. Yeah, I probably could have got rid of him after the prior season. Everyone was real mad at him then.
Yeah.
And it's less to me, like looking back now, because at the time, like at the end of last year when they fired him, I was like, oh, was it the wrong idea to bring him back? Did Danny Briere make like the Vigneault mistake of, an offseason will cure it? And I don't think he did. I think they just wanted Tocchet all along, and Tocchet was never staying in Vancouver, and he knew it. And this was just
so they held out for
we're just gonna he's under contract anyway. We're paying him this year.
Yeah.
I think it all just was leading to Tocchet was always going to be the coach of this team. And
Once
even
again,
if it meant kind of throwing a year away, because throwing a year away meant they got Porter Martone.
I don't get it.
All right.
I know.
They just love him.
It's just me. Everybody says he's a good coach.
Yeah, they love him.
What do
All right. I do think there might be something to like game time decision versus like preparation and system. Like that was a real Andy Reid thing. It was always said about Andy Reid when he was in Philly. He's the best coach in the league 6 days a week. It's those Sundays where he makes his mistakes, But
also, we're not. This team isn't done cooking. Like there's still development that needs to be done here, and I don't think there's any focus on development whatsoever.
Their idea of development,
from
what I've gathered,
you've said this before.
From what I've gathered, is winning.
Right.
They will learn to win, and whoever is along for the ride will.
We don't need Matvei Michkov.
Absorb it through osmosis.
Michkov, win, who cares?
Michkov playing 13 minutes at a playoff game is more important to them than Michkov scoring 90 points, playing 20 minutes, being minus 30. Like that's what I believe to be true about him.
Well, that's done.
And their whole idea. All right, a couple more here from Fancy Friends 311. Ty Merch, good again. Please launch Zamula to the moon. I just think when everyone is healthy, Zamula becomes the 7, and you want Murchison, playing in the AHL. You don't want him sitting. All right, is that the no? There's a couple more. All right, from JH, boo, that sucked. Come on,
accurate.
I did okay. Oh, I thought he was booing my cartwheel.
No, Bill, who would possibly if anyone booed that, I would ban them from the chat.
I legit yesterday after I got home from work watched my form like 3 times and was like. Ava couldn't believe how much I cared. I was like, I know I can do this. And she's like, okay.
If I did a cartwheel on camera, you would have to shoot me in the head before I would watch myself doing a cartwheel.
I watched it like 10 times.
I love that for you.
All right.
Real commitment.
Oh God.
Look at Charlie.
It went so bad. That's the highest my legs got.
Charlie,
it was terrible.
That's amazing.
All right. Before we get out of here tonight, I have to remind you about a GoFundMe that I want you to donate to right now. Kelly's niece, this is helping her and her family, well, obviously her family, pay for some medical bills after being diagnosed with leukemia. You see the picture right there. Absolutely tragic circumstance. But this is where the hockey community always comes up best. You can help us right now. Donate to Kelly's GoFundMe for her niece. Either scan that QR code. You can go to the Broad Street Hockey Twitter. There's a link there. It's on their website. Any way you get there, just make sure you help out. Lend a helping hand this holiday season.
She's my little buddy, and I'm turning her into a Flyers sicko. Oh, we went to a game last year. It was great.
That's awesome. Yeah. That's so cool. All right. And that is all the time we have for you on PHLY Flyers tonight. Thank you all for listening. Thanks for hanging out. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and hit that like button. Follow us right here on YouTube. We'll be back with pre and post game on Saturday and Sunday. We are off tomorrow. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at PHLY_Flyers and check out the podcast. Just search PHLY Flyers. I am Bill Matz. That is Kelly Hinkle. Thank you as always to Brenna. Be excellent to each other.
We all silly like the mayor.